Cyber-rinos! This is your still ruggedly handsome Cybersecurity Pal, offering up yet another addition to Cyberforce Civilians 101. Well, as of this video posting, we have just now entered a new year. But as always, I'm trying to offer these up in a way that makes them timely and yet timeless. Ideally, I want you to be able to watch these things 5 years from now and find them as relevant then as when I post them now. So with that in mind, I have 2 topics to go over today. First, it is my extreme pleasure to formally announce that the Flash is dead! No, I'm not talking about the comic book superhero. I'm talking about Adobe Flash Player. Like you, I've used Flash a lot over the years. They're what enabled us to play a lot of games and see a lot of videos online over the years. It was released back in January of 1996, so it's been around for a while. And Adobe recently announced that they have released their final update to the product. All the browsers like Google Chrome and Firefox and Edge have officially stopped supporting it. And along with this, Microsoft, Apple, and Google are dropping it as well. So why am I going to miss Adobe Flash like I would toe fungus? Even more so, why am I positively excited it is going the way of Disco and the Dodo Bird? You can probably guess why. I am a cybersecurity professional, which is just a fancy way of saying I make my living keeping people safe in an increasingly unsafe digital world, and Adobe Flash Player is not safe to use. Like the internet, it was never designed with security in mind, and bad guys learned a long time ago how to exploit it. So now that it's gone, what does that mean for you as a civilian? Well, for you, probably not a lot. All of the legitimate websites out there with people behind it who care about security stopped using it a long time ago. But you might occasionally go to a website that tells you something like, hey, Adobe Flash is not installed or not enabled or not updated on your computer, and you need to click on this link to fix that. No! Under no circumstances do you click that link. You'd be safer eating some truck stop sushi than clicking that link. And you really need to not go to that website anymore. At best, they're demonstrating that they don't care about your security, and at worst, they're bad guys trying to get onto your computer. So, goodbye, Adobe Flash. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Now, on to our second topic. It is a new year, and you bought that new computer or laptop, and you want to know what to do with the old one. You can't just throw it in the trash. You know that's not good for the environment. You know that there are some charities out there which might be able to use it for a good cause, or at least you can have it recycled at a place like Best Buy. So what do you do? Hopefully, you realize that you can't just hand a computer that you've used for years over to someone in the hope that bad guys won't someday get a hold of it. A computer that you've been using for years has all sorts of goodies they'd love to get a hold of. Website history, notepads, documents, spreadsheets, all sorts of things which you do not want them to have. Hopefully, you're also aware that moving stuff to your recycle bin on your desktop and emptying it out is like putting up a wall made of tissue paper to any bad guy who knows anything about what he's doing. To put it in non-techie terms, all that does is move that data from a column of cannot delete to, well, we someday might delete this if we ever run out of space on the computer. Deleting something from your recycle bin really only hides it from non-techies. It does not take it out of the reach of a bad guy looking for stuff. Look, this is a series for non-techies, so without going into a lot of detail, I'm going to lay out some options for you. If you want to get as close as possible to 100% sure that bad guys will never be able to get a hold of your sensitive data, well, you can pay someone to do it professionally. Depending on your financial resources and the level of sensitivity of the data that's on there, that might be an option for you. If you aren't willing or able to do that, then there's the low-cost option, which is also pretty close to 100% sure. Physical destruction, a hammer or drill or setting it on fire. In the notes below, I have an article in which the author shows a video of destroying hard drives with a thermite grenade, which is really, really cool. But if you take a hammer or drill to it, following online directions on it, that would probably work too. Another really low-cost option, which is pretty close to 100% sure, is software which is designed to wipe your drive for you. I personally recommend DBAN. When I worked for an insurance company and we were getting rid of computers to give away to charity, that's what we used. There are a lot of other options out there as well, of course, listed in the notes below. Now, let's talk about one other option, doing a factory reset. Windows offers it, and some sources claim that it's good enough for most regular users. Well, I've done some research on this, and while some people say that it's probably good enough, others disagree and say, well, if someone who knows what they're really doing gets a hold of it, there's a good chance they can still get what they need. So I don't personally recommend it. If I was donating a computer of my own and didn't want to physically destroy it, I would probably go with the DBAN option, using it twice to really make sure. One other thing, all that I've said about computer hard drives also applies to other drives like USB thumb drives or external drives. Don't let go of it until you can do so securely. And like Forrest Gump, that's all I had to say about that. As always, my references are in the notes below, and if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, be sure to click the subscribe and the bell buttons below. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and God bless.